Second. There you go. Okay. Meeting order. Need a, we got anybody on there? So we just skipped that then, right? Okay. Skip that then, right? I need a motion. Everybody had a chance to read the minutes of the previous meeting? I need a motion to approve. James, Tom, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion. Okay, monthly bill. Okay, Fund 005, $360,546.84. Fund 007, $374,079.01. Fund 017, $91,825.68. 917, $984,870.50. Fund 919, $4,266.94. A total of $1,815,589.77. Need a motion? Pay the bill. Tom? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment? Okay. Utility bill.
Let's go ahead and go to nobody.
Yep. You're gonna go do them first? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
For section 24-03867-00-BR. This is from Toby's Construction. Thank you. They have all the appropriate paperwork and a bid bond and a total price of $580,429 even. 580,429.00. Next is from Illinois Valley Excavating. They have all the appropriate paperwork and a bid bond and a total price of $438,476.25. 438,476.25. Next is from Gilling Construction. They have all the appropriate paperwork and a bid bond and a total price of $389,920.10. 389,920.10. Next, we have deconstruction. They have all the appropriate paperwork and a bid bond and a total price of $393,782.20. 393,782.20.
So,
That's it.
Okay.
okay, moving on to approval of utility and boarding permits. This one's 25-41, County Highway 62, Township of LaSalle, for City of Oglesby / IBCC. IBCC is doing their new ag building there on the south edge of campus, and they need a bore underneath our county highway for water and sanitary sewer. I recommend for this approval. Next one's 25-42, County Highway 66, South Ottawa Township. It's for Nicor Gas. They are looking at rerouting the main at the intersection of County Highway 66 and East 18th, just on the east side of Friendship Village. Recommend that for approval.
That it?
Yep, that's the only two we have.
I need a motion to accept the boring utility permits. James? Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next I have an agenda is resolution 25-21, 2026 Bridge 8 petition request. We have a list of 11 petitions for Bridge 8 this year. First one is Dimick Township on East First Road for timber pile repairs for an estimated cost of $26,460. Next is Eagle Township on East 13th Road, timber pile repairs for $38,880. Next is Eden Township for North 22nd Road, timber pile repairs for $64,800. Next is Farm Ridge, timber pile repairs for $8,640. Next one's Freedom Township on East 13th for phase 1 and 2 engineering, preliminary engineering, for an estimated cost of $100,000. Next is Grand Rapids on North 22nd, timber pile repairs for $90,720. Since Grand Rapids on East 19th for engineering phase 1, phase 2 for $100,000. Next is Groveland on North 6th for timber pile repairs for $26,460. Then Meriden has 2 structures for timber pile repairs, one on East 1175th and one on East 6th for $90,720. And Ophir for East 9th for engineering phase 1, phase 2 for $85,000. Osage Township on East 6th for timber pile repairs for $19,440. For a total of $651,120. And we took that Bridge 8 tour earlier this year, go through several of these data. All the timber pile repairs we're doing is to keep the bridges from getting posted lower. If we didn't do the timber pile repairs, we'd start receiving low postings on them. And at that point, we substantially hurt traffic trying to cross these bridges, especially during harvest season.
We need a motion on that.
Yeah, we'll need a motion. Yeah. Yep. Any questions on this? Or you can go to motion, all right?
Anybody got any questions? Need a motion to approve it? Bill, James? On favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. James.
Next is resolution 25-22, authorizing a professional services agreement with Chamlin Associates for phase one and phase two engineering services for section 25-00877-00BR and structure number 050-5230, County Highway 34, D Bennett Road over a drainage ditch, and appropriating necessary funds from the County Highway Fund to pay for the cost of said agreement. This agreement is with Chalmers for design of the little structure that's right outside the Star Rock Marina. And it's a structure you barely probably even notice when you drive across it, but
Below, yeah,
it's right there.
said it was 7 foot deep.
The water's 7 foot deep there, and right now the water is just barely being
Might have to go see if there's bullheads in there.
6 inches below. The water looks pretty cruddy.
So it's like,
I know. I mean, it's not dirty cruddy. It's kind of got orangey tint and other stuff to it, so I'm not sure what's in the water, so I wouldn't get anything out of it.
say no more.
So the estimated cost with an upper limit of $114,600.
Okay, I need a motion to approve resolution 25-22. Tom, Dave, all in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Now we move on to our budget sheets. Guys have any comments for our budgets or want to discuss anything more?
Anything changed from last time?
Only thing I changed was I updated the percents expended. That's why I updated to, we got 9 months instead of just 8, so.
So just the percent, not the expense.
Right, just the percent that was expended.
The percent change, not the expense.
Well, the expense changed, but the amount that we paid so far has changed, would change the percents. So,
Okay.
but that's the area, only thing that's there, it's under FY 25, it's the only thing that changed. Nothing changed as far as what was budgeted. So I gave you all the budgets there again, I gave you all the updated financial conditions and the contract payables. So right now with financial condition, as far as the highway fund, we're looking at actually true cash balance of around $1,072,000
Instead of 1,113.
instead of, what do you get, the 1,113,000?
I was just looking at cash balance and,
Yeah,
where it shows for F-25 budget amount.
oh, that's, because that's just adding up a number right there. But cash balance, updated on the bottom of that sheet. Oh, I didn't update that one yet. With that, looking at it, because we still have to pay for our Wagner, which was this month going out of there, the backhoe, which should be next month. We got 2 Benel builds coming. We got still remaining payroll for the year, and then we got remainder of expenditures for the year, which add up to about $1,795,000 off our current cash balance that we have right now. So it's not next to be down to just over $1 million.
I think the John Deere's, we got to pay for them. I turned the invoice in, so that might be more bills, I'm not sure, but. So that might be another 100,000 short, you know.
Yeah, so what we have for as far as fund balance is not really available cash. We were spending that, so we got about $1 million, so. Which is not a big
No.
amount, some months to sit at if we ever have an event down here at the highway department.
There's a lot of stuff allocated already.
Yeah. Not expensive, very updated. You have a copy of that in your, there sheet.
Yeah.
So remember that. Yep.
Minus the John Deere truck.
Are we on an accrual basis? What's that? Yeah, basis.
That's,
What's it?
that's stuff in that, I don't know which they're county is. James, I don't know.
Don't know, probably on a
Explain
hybrid.
that, please.
I think it's,
No, like you said, the tractors, like, so we would accrue that, we spent this money, and so we take it out.
well, we could, Accrual is basically if you turn around anything that's supposed to be expended in the calendar year, you accrue it back to that year and be paid it out a year later. That's accrual basis, right, basically?
Well,
Correct.
we,
Yeah,
we,
but-
well, for example, if we know we spent it this period, this month, we would accrue that to say that money's gone. And so when you reflect your numbers, it reflects what's already been spent.
Yeah,
It's already accrued in that. So then you'll go back and reverse the entry next period, but at least it's accounted for.
Or a simpler one is cash basis ignores payables and receivables. They
Correct.
don't exist.
Correct.
It should always be zero. So from that standpoint, we're accruing things because we're always seeing payables and receivables on our financial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if those were already accrued in there or
no, I don't think that, I don't think they made this one's bills,
not. Okay.
so. But, whatever. But, so we're looking at about $1 million truly cash that we'll have in the highway fund.
Move to, do you need a motion to, accept the budget and send it to the financial committee?
Motion.
James? Tom?
I just have one more question.
Go ahead.
So just in a snapshot, the amount reimbursed from the state and the amount that we're spending, percentage reimbursed, are we better off going in F-25 budget or is it less? Is the state working with us better? Or, you know, the reimbursement part, are we getting more reimbursement, less reimbursement? What are you seeing trend wise? For projects?
Wouldn't that be depending on the project? Wouldn't it?
Well, but we're budgeting for that. So I'm wondering, are we budgeting flat? Or are we assuming we're going to get less funds back or more funds back? Which way we heading?
No. MFT is allotments that we receive, so that one just automatic, those allotments come depending on how much people drive their cars. So that just comes, we receive that. As far as our federal funds goes directly to our projects. Only time we get a reimbursement is when we go through and use federal funds for engineering, because at that point, we have the upfront funds for engineering and they will get reimbursed back for it. So that's the reimbursement for that. So rest of the funds, we generally receive the funds before we ever expend the funds. So as far as you're trying to say trends one way or the other, it depends on our projects and what projects we got going. So one year we may have a federal job, next year we may not have a federal job. So
Okay,
at that point, it cycles with that too, so.
That makes sense. I just didn't know if you've gotten word that you were going to be receiving less federal funds or.
That's what I thought you were going.
Yeah.
For federal funds for next year, it was an increase over the previous year. Do I remember off the top of my head what it was? No. It was a small increase. I think it's like $100,000 more than we received the year before.
Okay,
As far as our funds going to roads, our funds going to bridges, it saw was an increase of like 25,000.
okay, well, that's good. I know you hear about all these cuts and I just didn't know.
What was it done that, the county receives monies based off of how many vehicles are registered in the county?
That's for MFT, motor fuel tax, state funds.
And that's gotta be going down.
Do your part and get registered a few more vehicles.
Yeah. Right now, we are above what we received so far last year at this point. We're above roughly about $50,000 above what we received last year at this point. So it's projecting probably by the end of the year, we're going to, because for some reason, the allotments go a lot higher the last 3 months out of the year, which don't understand what it is, but historically it's
Is it
been that way every
a
year.
makeup deal or?
Do not know. So at that point, probably by the end of the year, we'd probably be 100,000 over what our previous year was.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all I got. Sorry, Walt.
I know, it was.
Most songs.
So James and Tom made the motion to send it to the financial committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We go into special tax match. Yeah, I didn't change anything as far as funding for FY 26. Still looking at using the cash balance of $327,000 to make it a balanced budget. Get carryover projects over $2 million. I know IDOT says they're going to increase their staff in central office and start getting out billing faster for these projects, so wait and see till then, we keep earning interest money on their money, so I'm not yelling, screaming loud about doing it, but it's nice because at that point, it cleans up your budget. It's great now, you got all these carryover projects, you got to carry over $2 million, so. Looking at financial condition currently of those special tax matching. Right now, if all the bills came due right now, we would be $743 short. But we still got our 2 levy reimbursements coming from a levy fund yet this year, so at the end of the year, we'll have a positive cash balance as far as available cash. So we're fine financially for that. So. Good. Any else have questions or? All good?
Good motion, over, finance, Ray?
Yep.
James, all in favor?
I-
Opposed? Should carry.
Next is 07 bridges. And all they did was update the mouth. Updating the FY 25 stuff. Everything for FY 26 hasn't changed from, you guys seen it last? The financial condition as far as county bridge, if all the bills came due today, is we actually would owe $66,574. But by the end of the year, we'll have, since we've only received $1 million of 1.6 million levy requests, like 600,000 still coming, so we'll have a balance roughly about 500,000 in county bridge at the end of the year. With that, projecting to use a cash balance of $106,000. We had carryover projects of county projects of 1.5 million. We had carryover from township projects of 220,000 for overall carryover projects of $1.7 million. You guys have any questions about 07?
Just the bridges, you said we're pretty much on point with the projected bridges that we've done so far. Have we had any issues where we've ever issued fines or anything for passing a deadline and not completing the work or anything, or do we do that or not?
As far as a contract,
Yeah,
contractually, there is 2 ways of doing contracts. Either we do completion dates or we do working days. And within the contract themselves, there are specific provisions if they go past working days or completion date to finish the project. And have we done it since the 5 years I've been here so far? No.
okay.
I'm not sure if Larry did it before then. I'm probably sure. Could have been a couple projects there where they've done that before. It's set up straight in the contract and how to take it right out of the money right away. Basically, you just don't pay the contractor. So
No?
they're not issuing a check back to us. You just don't pay them in the first place.
Is there a bonus for early?
No.
I just didn't know if there's a line item for that or not, but.
Yeah, so there's no line item because it's incorporated right into the project.
Gotcha, thank you.
Need a motion to approve 007? Ray, James, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Last is our IMFT 017. As you can see, actually, I'm projecting MFT increase of about $200,000 for next year. And I did that a little bit because this year again, they raised the tax rate. At second 19 cents, they raised it for inflation again. That's a penny, so at that point, figured the increase this year would be a little more than what it was last year. So I put it at $3 million. I already did that last month anyway, so as far as any other changes, nothing else changed for FY 26 as far as that. Our financial condition as far as county MFT is one fund where we do have funds. Right now, financial condition would be about $2.4 million. That's because of carrying it, because we know we have some bigger projects coming down the pipeline and we need to have funds there to pay for the big project because funds received in 1 year, we cannot fund those larger projects. And one larger project we're looking at is, of course, County Highway 34 right out here, in front of here. So got the funds available there, depending on how everything all works out to fund the project. We'll wait and see. There's still, as far as funding opportunities, there was that $4 million that was put out there for solicitation for projects. I put Highway 34 as one of the projects solicited for, so if we get selected for that, well, then we have this funds to go do other projects with, so. Any questions on 17?
Or questions? We need a motion to approve 17. Dave, Bill, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
That, Deep Bend Road, you say that's County Highway 34,
Yes,
and, what is, what are you looking at for timeline on that? Is that bridge work and everything like that, that's gonna be done in what year?
hopefully the bridges are done next year,
So 2000 or
26.
26. And, you haven't figured out what they're gonna do as far, are they gonna close the unit?
For the bridges, for the one bridge, it's gonna be staged. For the one right next to by the marina, that'll probably be closed, but it should be a very short duration for the size of that structure. So, but the other one is gonna be staged.
You mean staged, with,
These are like how you see it, IDOT projects where they don't do half at a time. So there's a set of lights, one-way traffic through it.
Other one would be at the lock or the nursing home,
It's the lock and dam zone is gonna be staged. The other one's right next to the marina.
right?
That's.
So the creek by the nursing home, we're not touching that one yet.
No, that one was, not replaced that long ago, so.
All right, okay, thank you.
Sorry, no problem. Tire recycling event, again, we're gonna host a tire recycling event for county and the townships. So we're gathering tires as they drop them off here, keeping a count of how many tires they drop off. And it's done through land use and Illinois EPA to pick up all the tires. It doesn't cost the highway department anything. The only thing we're doing is as an organized place to drop it off where they come and load them up. So, and then we just got to track how many get dropped off. And I think that's October
7th or 17th.
17th, right?
Yeah,
think it was October 17th.
Do you usually get a bunch of tires?
And we generally had, last year's we had 2 semi-loads.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I think the first year we had like 3 or 4 semis.
I'll bet. Better than ditches.
Yeah. It's October 17th.
Yeah.
That's when they're picking them up, actually. It's October 2nd.
So is it on the 17th you drop them off?
No,
Oh,
we start probably next week.
So I could bring my tires in and drop 'em off?
Are you a township?
Exactly, that's,
Are you a township or a county?
that's a different,
I could be.
that's a different
Well,
recycle.
that's up to you.
Use your favorite dish. Is what it is.
What's your conscious meter guide?
So this is for the townships
Townships.
to drop them off.
yeah, so
Wow, we got it.
so what we picked up out of the ditches, one of the townships that picked out of the ditches as a way to get rid of them.
Put it
So
right.
where's your pile at?
What's that?
Out back inside the fence, you know, you can't see it from the, it's inside the fence. The fence will be locked.
So I can't bring my tires.
It's your conscious meter guide, you know.
Never there.
So if you throw them on D. Bennett, we will end up picking them up.
I was just gonna
I'd
say.
rather you not.
Put them closer to the gate.
Yeah.
Expense, I mean, there's always bolt cutters.
Point that's locked.
From 3:31 to 6:30.
Before we move on, can we go back to 05?
Yes.
Sorry, I got a question. Capital improvement. Is that transferred into Fund 28 or does it stay here until you use it?
You're talking about down here.
Yep, 204.
It stays down here until we expand it, and then it goes to Fund 28, and then she tries to check out 28.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Going on, up on County Highway 32, on the west side of Sheridan, we have an old property owner that came to us asking about permit. Second permit onto his property. And I told him, no, it's not allowed. And he goes, what do you mean it's not allowed? It's a separate parcel from my other parcel. It sits about 150 feet away from his other driveway. And he wants to put a second driveway in. Well, I told him about checking to it, to ask you guys if you guys would grant him that variance. And before we even had the chance to do that, he went through the driveway in. So he wants to put a machine shed up on his adjoining parcel. He bought that parcel with 2 other parcels, house that he's got, and then 2 adjacent parcels that are vacant. He bought them all together in 1 unit, sell late, because when he bought it in 2018, that's where he would have had to buy it, because you can't sell the other parcel because there was no access to the other parcel separate. So he priced for that parcel because of what it could be used for. You would have to get access from adjoining property owners to get access to the parcel. So he went through and used through his entrance in. He used a plastic pipe and he backfilled it with sand, and that's what's currently set right now. And that's how he's getting access to that, besides driving through his other driveway and driving across his front yard. I asked him who would be up for moving his other driveway over and kind of splitting the 2 lots. And he said, no, I don't want my driveway going across the front of my yard. And I go, well, our policy is strict on that as far as for grant access. We read through our access policies, says direct access to a county highway shall be denied when a proposed access connection does not meet the spacing standards, and reasonable access can be provided elsewhere. Reasonable access may include the use of roadway with lower classification or a system of joint use driveways or cross access agreements. So basically it tells you right there in our ordinance that that's should be denied.
And I'll tell you, if you don't back your ordinance, you might as well not have it.
Exactly.
So,
It's within a municipality or in county?
no, it's on the county highways
So why-
outside the city limits.
My question would be is why wasn't there a public hearing?
He didn't apply for it.
It has to go through
He's supposed to.
zoning. Brian Giff's office,
Well,
why do you have a separate?
he's got separate lots, and I think the lot owned as,
Not for road access.
no.
building permit maybe or something like that.
Yeah, and the building permit still would have been fine because it's still
The township's not involved, county highway is.
Cause it's on our road.
road. Yes.
Yeah. The one he put in is on our County Highway 32,
All right,
west of Sheridan, mile and a, maybe about 3/4 mile.
I'm learning.
So,
I gotta ask questions, so I won't learn. Sure.
so at that point, the reason I'm saying this, because it's probably gonna come back at us, is to get you guys in agreement that I will write them a letter, certified letter, instructing him to remove his entrance, his unpermitted entrance. And then
If they don't do it, what do we do?
if he doesn't do it, we remove it.
Okay.
At his expense.
And bill him for it.
Yeah,
Should we ask Navarro just to get his approval before we send that letter?
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, that would be probably better.
Good, I'm sure it's gonna be a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Once that letter.
He was bold enough to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
When he was told no, and then he went ahead and
he
did
was
it.
bold enough to do it.
Right. Dave?
Help me out here. So there is a process, what is it?
As far as to get a permit, they're supposed to come out here, so to us, and apply for a permit. And then we will either grant it or deny it. And he reached out for us and I told him, no, you'd have to do a joint access one. And I said, I'll come and ask you guys if you guys wanted to give him another one. He's went out and put one in. So we just,
But didn't do it properly.
So what was the process of the denial? Because you didn't want it?
whoever was deny it, got denied because according to our ordinance.
Okay, I'm just, I'm assuming that, but I got one person making the decision. I'm trying
Yeah. So at that point, it's where we denied it based off what how the ordinance is written.
there we go. Thank you.
Yes.
I agree with Ray. We enforce our ordinances.
Mhm.
So you're gonna send them a letter, but we're gonna check with Navarro first.
Yeah, I'll draft a letter. I'll give it to State's Attorney's Office to review before it goes out and make sure he's okay with sending it out the way I wrote it.
And it's appropriate.
So this landowner, he evidently, he thinks he needs access to his property that he just bought.
He bought it in 2018.
Well, okay, so,
Undervalued because it didn't have access.
so can he access that property? I mean, can the proper way to do that would be to come to us and ask for a permit to put in another.
He did come to us
And we
and we
denied it.
denied it. I
They
asked-
did it anyways.
He was the one to put one in, because I proposed him to do it, because still technically it doesn't fit our policy, but he's already got an entrance. And you really can't take an entrance away from a person having a house. I asked him if we would move the entrance over and split the two lots. And he basically said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want my driveway going across the front of my house. Well, if you look up at his driveway, he's already got kind of driveway crossing his last lot, because he's got a 90-degree turn off his driveway, because he doesn't want back straight out on the county highway. So I should have pulled it up on top. But I do have his property. So he owns the land here. That's his house with his driveway. And he owns the lot here. This is the lot where he wants to put the shed. In fact, he owns the lot back here too. So he owns all these 4 parcels. So right now his driveway sits there. I asked him if he could move it over to here, if he'd be, but that he said,
That's reasonable.
he said no. And to me, that'd be a reasonable access. And at that point, his driveway out of his house would come and turn here, and his driveway here turn and go this way. To me, is a reasonable way of doing it.
Is there a safety issue with the added entrance on the county highway?
Getting ordinances.
Yeah, well,
There's something to justify it.
Otherwise, we could put one every 100 feet, but
Yeah.
when people start hitting them.
well, that's one reason why they put it down, because the more entrance you put in, you got to create a hazard of put an entrance in.
Correct.
I think the policy was also developed because back prior to the policy going in, we had all these subdivisions going along our county highways and putting all these access points in, which at that point also creates more turning movements on our county highways. Becomes more like a city street than a county highway. So they wanted to limit the access to our county highway system. Which now, when you come back to these areas that were developed prior to the ordinance, well, you got real heartburn with a lot of these owners because there's an access point like every 300 to 500 feet on this road. And now, according to our access ordinance, the spacing is supposed to be 1,000. So I
When was
understand
that,
a little,
when was that ordinance put in?
2006.
Now, if they're separate owners, separate properties, it's different because obviously everybody needs access to their property.
Yeah,
You bought
he's
this
been
one
that,
unit,
yeah.
correct?
Yeah, but I think if he went through, like, if he tried selling that lot off, he wouldn't be able to sell a lot off without giving access to that parcel. So he would have to allow access off his current parcel to get access to that parcel, and easement across,
Yeah.
yes.
You get it, yeah. He's in the wrong.
So,
In the road that, or access that he put in, is that up to our standards or?
no, no,
Doesn't matter.
Well, but it's an added item to it to say you didn't do it correctly.
yeah. I'll draft a letter
Similar, give him time.
and run it through the state's attorney's office, and then we'll send it out.
Thank you.
Let's go back to our letting, before we go to department reports. Our letting for Brookfield Township, section number 24-03867 BR. We had 4 bidders on it. Deconstruction had a bid of $393,782.20. Gillen Construction had a bid of $389,920.10. Illinois Valley Excavating had a bid of $438,476.25. And Toby's had a bid of $580,429. I recommend we award it to Gillen Construction for $389,920.10, as they are underneath the engineer's estimate.
Toby's, was that underneath the estimate?
No,
580.
It was way over.
580.
Wouldn't talk about the estimate. 200,000 difference. We need a motion, right? Dave? Yep. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. The difference can be 200,000.
someone's been more not just to make money, but to really make money. And they're coming out of where they normally go to work at. And you realize Toby's is out of Herscher.
Yeah.
So Kankakee County, so they're more comfortable working in Kankakee County, working into Ford and Iroquois counties. They really don't venture too much over here into LaSalle County. They venture a little bit into Livingston County. So that's mostly where their workforce is from. So now their workforce would be commuting over here. So at that point, they probably paying so they got paid their workforce more because I got paid on the commute over here. So I'm not just staying 8-hour days. So,
Logistics of the.
so they're moving equipment outside their normal work areas. So
What is this project at?
it's a small little bridge that's right there next to Alani State Park. It serves a dead end road. So we're removing the little bridge there and we're putting in a triple barrel box culvert that's precast and we're doing it under stage construction. As far as projects and stuff for department reports, I gave you guys all a copy of the South County Highway Department capital projects that I sent to the chairman. Because the finance committee asked for capital projects that we're looking for expending out over the next so many years. Because they want to take this and give it to the North Central Council of Governments to see if they can find us grants to do these projects. So they asked for them, so I gave them 3 different ones. I gave them the hardened structure for Leonore. I gave them the replacement of the Leonore shed for a new truck storage building down there and the replacement of Serena. I gave them different timetables and roughly what cost it is and justification why we need to replace it. So it's a nice little write-up I gave them for all that. It's a startup for them. Grants to see if they can give us any.
Well, good luck to them.
So They asked for it, I delivered it to them, so.
Yeah, we need to figure something.
I mean, we get that money, awesome.
Everything I have here is I have a amended resolution that didn't make today's agenda because I got it Monday morning about 9:45. So I couldn't add it to the agenda. But IDOT's asking me if we can get this passed to full board in October, so we need to do a special highway meeting right before full board in October to pass the amended resolution. And it's amending the local agency agreement for federal participation on North 25th Road, Sandy Cosgrove Road slide failure. When they did the original agreement for engineering on it, they did it only for Chamlin's portion of the work and did not include the portion of work that McCleary Engineering did before he died. So they're going back trying to get the funds back for the McCleary Engineering portion of it. So the agreement's all ready to go, past through IDOT, so we'll take it.
Don't we have the authority to change the agenda, add this, instead of having an emergency meeting?
Could you repeat what you were looking for on the resolution? Professional services?
Yes, it's for preliminary engineering.
By October.
That was originally approved by the board. If it's originally approved by the board, then.
It was originally approved by the board.
Yeah.
Through the committee.
Back there.
Well, it had to go back to full board, yes.
Mhm.
But he's asking if they could pass it today through highway committee, not
To
have
get it
it.
to the full board.
Well, is it on the agenda?
No, it's not on today's
We
agenda.
can't add,
That's the reason for the one special report.
We'll just have it before the full board.
So we just have
It had
a,
to be on the agenda here to forward to the full board.
so I can do another,
Yeah,
It has
that's
to
the
be.
reason for the. Before the full board.
we'll have the emergency meeting,
it's not emergency, it's just another special
special.
highway meeting.
So like it's 12:45.
Yeah.
Meeting on the day of the full board.
Probably 12:30.
12:30.
Okay.
Roll there anyway.
What else is on the agenda?
Yep,
That's only gonna be on your agenda, right? So I mean, to
yes. So,
your point, could we do it at 12:45 or?
yeah, I'll be at, for sure, probably at 12:30, generally do it at 12:30, whatever. But those was right there before the full board, yeah.
And what was this again?
It's amending a local agency funding agreement for preliminary engineering for the Sandy Cosgrove project.
Part of it was omitted. Right?
They did, the original funding agreement only covered part of the preliminary engineering, and didn't cover for the other firm. For the one who passed away.
You're just trying to get it all inclusive.
Is this costing us anything?
It did not cost anything, this just cost my time.
That's what I was gonna ask you if it was.
It doesn't have any county funds in it, it's all township funds. So the township's getting a reimbursement. This just gotta go through the county because of
All right.
those,
Pass through.
yeah, no requirements. Yes,
Right on.
yes. As far as project related, Cape Seal's completed, seal coat's completed. Our egg shoulders are done. We got some bridge projects that are just starting up. We got the one on East 30th Road down there in Allen Township. It started up, they drove piling. I think they poured one abutment so far.
Yeah.
Abutment so far on it, so they're looking at still getting that work all completed yet by the end of the year. They had the Kelly Street Bridge in Streeter startup, so that started up and they're gonna get that three-sided structure get completed this year. We'll have a bridge project in Oglesby there, getting started up as soon as we get a railroad agreement executed on it.
Can we talk about that a minute? Or no, you wanna wait?
But what's up?
Peter's been on vacation, so I couldn't talk to him about it. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff with iron being ordered wrong. There's something with the railroad.
There's only a railroad,
He's real upset.
there's only a railroad agreement that wasn't followed through and executed by the city. So that's regular.
It's the only holdup.
It's only a holdup.
Thank
So as soon as they have that, then they go forward with the project. There's nothing wrong to be.
You heard the same rumors, sorry.
So, Yeah, scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
So that's going on. We started our timber pile repairs. So they started over on East First Road there in Troy Grove, to get that bridge opened back up, so it's not closed during harvest. They're looking at closing North 36th here next week. They'll get that done probably in a week if it's weather, everything is done right and whatever, but I always give you longer time duration strays when somebody asks me questions. So that looks good,
You see North 36.
right by Nicor Gas,
Is that above 52 or
south, mile south.
just? So 36 road,
It's 52 is North 37th,
East of 51.
west of 51.
oh, but it's gonna be closed a week, you say?
Yeah, probably close a week. That's, and then we're gonna go through and got the one that's over in Ophir Township, right?
Yeah.
Ophir Township on North 42nd. We tackle that one after that. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep going or if they're gonna call it quits for the year at that point, but
Yeah, we'll play it by ear.
we'll see what the weather brings. So they've got that going forward. As far as rest of the projects, I think they're all pretty good. I'm not sure if you guys have had a chance to drive through Red, White, and Blue to see it painted, but it looks nice. Because a lot of people-
Phillips Street Bridge, they're doing that right now.
Yeah.
Is that 50/50? 50? We're going 50/50 with them?
No, it's not 50/50 funding as far as that. They petitioned to use some of our federal allotments. So our federal allotments covering 80% of the project and the city of Streeter's covering the other 20%.
Good deal for Streeter.
That bridge has been up for a long time.
It's been close since what, 2016?
Yeah, I think it's been in here.
Yeah.
Now you have about that, how well, you're glad it's gonna get.
I know, I'd never go down it, so I don't care.
That's because the bridge is up. Maybe you'll circle that.
That's the way he got killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed. Huh?
Yeah. As far as, I said, I already said, we got the road widener delivered here last month. It's still not operational yet because we found a defect on the one thing, so we've got for a new part to get replaced on it. And working through that and we'll get that out and start using it. We are doing some repairs up on County Highway 4 for shoulders because shoulders were degraded over the years. At that point, we couldn't put an egg shoulder out there. It was just straight from the asphalt shoulder we just put on straight down to the bottom of the ditch. So we're getting that reshaped to get a thing on there, and we had extended culvert in that area. That's where we plan on using that road widener here to put the egg shoulder back on. So we'll get that up and going and try that out. Our backhoe is supposed to be delivered next month, so we'll have it for the 4-letter word that might be coming.
Speaking of which, is there part-time workers being hired for that?
We don't hire part-time workers for that. The only time we hire part-time workers is when we have someone on workman's comp. And then we hire them basically to come in
To
and
fill in?
for that one person that's off, because we have 17 maintainers and we have 17 plow routes. So we need,
Gotta cover it.
that's all we get it covered that way.
You know, I didn't ask, but in the budget, do we have like for our trucks, or the big trucks with the plows and everything else, do we have, like, when's the next time we're gonna buy one to replace one?
That's, it's in there. I gave you that sheet last month, so future expenditures.
How many?
And next year, we weren't,
We're gonna get one next year.
we're buying just one truck next year to replace the one international that we got left. So next year, we're buying one truck. And then the following year, we wouldn't buy any trucks. And the year after that, buy one truck. And it wouldn't be till a year after that before we buy another truck. And it's like kind of out there, we're going every other year to buy one truck.
Very nice job. I mean, honestly, we're not in an emergency situation, in a crisis where we've got trucks down. You're doing it smart.
Some days.
Yeah.
Weather.
Yeah.
You're on a good replacement schedule without a crisis situation.
Yeah. We're buying 2 trucks every other year. And right now, as we got rid of the internationals and the age of our current Kenworth fleet, our oldest Kenworth is 2010, if I remember right. So at that point, we're trying to get at least 20 years out of the trucks before we replace them. So at that point, we'd be looking at replacing one truck every other year as we go through that, trying to get that longevity out there so we can see. Also at that point,
Spread out the expense.
not throughout the expense, but also trying to see if the trucks will actually make it past 20 years, because the trucks are in a hard environment of being in that constant salt bath.
I said, you got to a different type of material or a box or something, maybe because the box, it was rusting them or eating them all out before, but you did something different.
Oh, yeah, we went fully stainless steel boxes on them, but the bottom of the box still isn't stainless, it's still steel. So at that point, the bottom of the box still rots out and the rails still rot out, so we end up patching those. So depending on how fast those rot and what repairs we can do, we don't want to get to the point where I've seen pictures where a person raises their truck bed up and the truck bed stays down and the lift goes up. So, or they'll be driving down the road and see the box fall off the truck. So we don't want to ever get to that point.
We don't
So-
rate that much, huh?
So we try to stay on top of it and keep the stuff in good shapes where it will service, because at that point, number one, it's going to be trying to happen during a snowstorm, which at that point we had a major mess on the road. But also at that point, as we kill people off, take care of our mess, we're neglecting other roads that aren't getting plowed. So,
You got human beings in these trucks, and you're
Yeah.
trying to.
and people,
Safe environment.
and people driving by, yes.
Yeah. International, we still got the one out back for sale?
No, it went last in July, Richard Brothers, and they come and got it.
Yes.
So actually, there was two out there, they're both gone.
Bill wanted that.
They're both gone.
Yeah, I can probably get them back, you know.
Jack Ritchie.
So, were they sold?
Yeah, sold on auction.
Okay.
I think the one brought, was it 22,000 or something?
Yeah.
The other one only brought like 5, but it didn't run, so.
Same thing we're gonna have with our backhoe when we try selling it.
Right, yeah,
So we did good.
Yeah,
better than I thought.
as far as, positions here. Last month when we did interviews, we selected one individual. We're gonna get him on here shortly. We currently posted for maintainer position again to see if we can get another good candidate down here. So we found one last time.
Good.
Last time we wanted two, but we only found one, so we posted it again to see if we can find different people to apply.
What's the starting wage on that?
Right now it's 24.29, but the
Just.
union contract was just passed by the union members. Now it's gotta go through the full board for ratification. So once that goes through, it will be,
What'd you budget for it?
I budgeted for what, no, because I already kind of knew what the raises were going to be, so budgeted for that, yeah. So
Good.
I don't know.
So what is the,
Like 25 or not even?
it's more than 25. It's, it actually, by the time, when they come in, if they come in after November 1st,
It'd be.
you'll have the two raises, so you'd be up around like 26.50 an hour. Starting, and at that point, you go through a 4-step program in the first 7 years. You'd be up probably to about $32 an hour in 4 years.
So,
Are you interested, Ray? I can get you an application.
and I'm not retired.
a maintainer, that's what you're talking about, a maintainer?
Yes,
All right, so when we hire the maintainer, he gets paid less money than the guy that's been here for 10 years.
Oh,
yes.
And, okay.
Yep.
So,
Do you have a 90-day probation? What's the probation?
Probation's a year,
A year?
yes. I think that covers everything. Any other questions?
Nice job.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Right?
Thank you.
Motion carried.
Good job, Roy.
Yeah.